This is from Dogs247. I'm not going to pretend to know how integral these players are, and this might not be a story if not for what the arrests are concerning. But 2 Georgia football players, Smael Mondon and Bo Hughley, have been arrested on charges of, I'll give you 3 guesses.
Something behind the wheel.
Reckless driving.
Man,
this is an epidemic there.
Yeah, I
It's
just
crazy.
would say, I mean, you can't say it, but it's almost like, look, let's just have
Nobody
Ubers.
drive.
So we set up with our friends at Adams in Anheuser-Busch in the fall and in the winter when we do certain events, we'll set up where we've got an Uber share.
Right.
Why doesn't Georgia, with these basically hundreds of millions of dollars, just give everybody Uber credit on their team?
I know.
And say you've got zero excuse. Don't drive anymore. You can have your car if you need to drive home to go see your parents, your girlfriend. That's fine.
But in Athens.
You
That's
are
right.
taking an Uber absolutely everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, I would go on and lay that down. Why would you not?
What do they do like when it's parking and they boot the cars? Like every football player's car gets booted, and you can only unboot it when you're going home.
But, I mean, some of this, Travis Etienne, by the way, you guys talked about it yesterday, had his alcohol-related reckless driving charge dropped.
Yep.
Some of this is just players with new fast cars because of NIL money and things, benefits.
Oh, yeah.
Wanting to get out and race and drive crazy. And I don't know if not all of it involves alcohol. Some of it does.
No,
obviously.
and neither one of these appear to, by the way. Mondon was arrested on charges of reckless driving and racing on highways and streets.
That's
just irresponsible.
That's the problem.
I know. Hughley was arrested by campus police on charges of reckless driving and failure to maintain a lane/improper driving on the road. Sounds like he was just going too fast.
So let me ask you this, and I mean, these
now
guys
Mike
are,
Gundy admits he's done this probably a
Thousand
thousand
times. Got lucky.
Technically, they are not employees of the university.
Not yet.
But it's really, really close, and they're all making money. In the NFL, you get fined for certain things.
That is correct.
I wonder if you started to levy fines against your players.
But then you get back to, as I projected with the Ollie Gordon situation. Well, I tell you what, if you're going to fine me, I'll just sit out and I'll play at Oklahoma next year instead of Oklahoma State.
I think you've got just a slew of riches when it comes to what you've got in Athens right now. Kirby just needs to get to the point where, okay.
Well, there's a fine system in the NFL, but there is also a judge, jury, and executioner over the entire league that can hand down punishment. And I don't think you will ever get there in college football because you won't get enough schools to agree on who that person should be.
Yeah.
Like in the NFL, it's Roger Goodell, and that's agreed on who it is.
You say that they would transfer. I brought that up with Ollie Gordon. Volfan 205 says they would transfer. There has still got to be a semblance of discipline in your program. There absolutely has to be.
Oh, yeah. I think the championship programs will have that.
Well, I mean, Georgia's championship program, they are running wild right now. And look,
but they were not last year.
Yeah, well, and
I'm not
going to
say the best
say
team, but they weren't last year.
I'm not going to say these aren't serious. It makes it more serious because of what has happened in Athens.
That's
before.
right, and that's what I was going to say is most places the story I just read you doesn't even make it into the Twitter feed.
Right.
But because it's Georgia, this continues to be an issue, and it's just so puzzling.
And that's like if you have an alcohol-related situation again in Stillwater, it is going to be so magnified, not only because of Ollie Gordon, but because of Mike Gundy coming out and saying, you know what, I've done this 1,000 times.
That's right, because of his comments.